Aspect of shamanism we haven't touched, and that is the ordeal preparation.
Why don't you mention a lot of that?
Well, I think it's one thing that deters a lot of people from becoming shamans.
I think you're right.
Because it's pretty routine that they must go through very severe ordeals of denial, well, the average one goes into the jungle alone in some quite remote area and lives for 6 months, a year, up to the longest one I've heard of was 19 months. They almost starve to death. They allow themselves an extremely limited diet, and they have no contact with friends at all. In most cases, some will have certain foods brought to them that they are allowed to eat. Yucca, which is the staple starchy food like potatoes, and others really just go out there and stay there, and that's it. And they eat what they can kill with their hands and what they can catch in the rivers, and they come back in very bad shape. They don't wait till they're incapacitated, but the ones who stay the longest come back in very emaciated, very weakened. But they have learned, and they feel much, in some senses, they seem to be much stronger than anyone else. And they speak of it, many of them have had the experience of, they start at the foot of a tree, a lupuna usually, and they are lifted up as time goes on. And then when they get to reach a certain level is when the plants begin to tell them how they come to them. The mother of the plant will come, that's the spirit of the plant, and give them instruction on their use. Have you found that true of most of the shamans you've known?
Yes, I think so. And you know, in Madagascar, they have ordeal poisons. They're not psychoactive, but they make you think you're going to die, but then you don't. But it's specifically so awful that it's used as an initiation.
Well, they do this, and all the shamans I've known have gone through this.
The diet, it's
the
called.
Diet. Well, the diet, but it's also the solitude.
Mm-hmm. Have you talked to Eduardo Luna about this? Because he feels that the great secret of ayahuasca that remains to be discovered is what it's like if you keep these specialized diets and load your system with serotonin via plantains. They
live practically on plantains.
Yes, and there is a specialized diet, and often shamanic power is judged by how long a man claims to have kept this diet. Now, this is an area none of us have explored. Rare enough here is the person who...
Well, Eduardo went into it in a small way.
He did it for about 10 days or so, but
I saw. You see, I haven't had a chance to talk to him much. I saw him only very briefly when I was in Peru in January.
So here's a frontier for self-experiment. What is it
That's
like to
certainly
keep
accessible.
these high start? Well, the diet is plantains, which are these cookable bananas, and a very little bit of fish and yucca, and that's basically it. No greens, no sugar, no alcohol, an extremely minimal diet. I mean, almost as spare as a Tibetan
No fruit.
diet. No fruit.
No anything, except those things.
And a lot of ayahuasca in isolation. I mean, daily dosing.
Yes.
And living in a little hut, being served by a child who's the only
If they are
person
served,
you
no,
see.
some of them don't even have that contact.
Uh-huh.
But they do consider the plant the mother.
They speak, no, it's not just that. They speak of the spirit of the plant, because there's a very strong animist belief, which you can find pretty easy to share when you get in there. And they call it the mother of the plant. I don't know why, but la madre de la plante dice. The mother of the plant will tell you.
Well,
This,
it so much interests me is that in Western culture, you know, the idea that a young man has to, in the mythology, has to go out and leave his mother in order to, and leave all the feminine in order to become strong and be a man.
well, they do
And
that in the
here we
initiation
have
periods in
the
a number
much
of
more
tribes
balanced
in
culture.
South America, I think. But it's a brief period.
Well, this experience of dissolution is experience of dissolution into the maternal matrix. I'm sure it's felt like that. It's a dying and a being reborn, and surely these early people and people on that level of culture today must have experienced it that way, as a death and a rebirth. Ken?
How is the yucca and the plantains prepared?
Boiled. Isn't that a disappointing
Occasionally
answer?
roasted, sometimes roasted too.
Sometimes roasted, never fried. They're really...
Oh, they never fry anything anyway because they haven't any fat. Jungle. One reason that India is one of the reasons I think is, have you ever seen a really fat Indian? I haven't. First, they probably haven't got the genes for it, but also their food is practically fat-free because jungle animals are running. It's lean meat. The fish they're very few fat fishes. And they have no source for fats. They don't use the palm fats, except when they eat certain palm fruits. And so they don't fry anything.
Yes, people have the wrong idea about the jungle in the sense that people think, well, it's so much vegetation, there must be a lot of food. But you see...
You can starve.
You can starve.
People have.
The evolution has been so tight for so long that no excess protein is being produced. And if it is produced, a bird, a monkey, an ant is gobbling it up long before you get near it.
And then you gobble up the bird, monkey, or ant.
That's right.
Especially those ants with the big behinds.
Yes. Were you ever among Muinani? They stick straws down into the anthills, and all the ants latch on, and these Muinani children would pull these things out of the anthills and put the ants in bowls of water and smash it up with a...
No, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, it was delicious.
I've seen them, but the worst thing I had was having to eat live termites.
Live termites.
Yes, they're a great delicacy because it's orange tree termites, and when they come out of the tree on their nuptial flight, they live only in orange trees. The kids catch them with a gourd full of water, and as they crawl out, they brush them into the water, and of course they're stuck there. And so it's a great treat to them. So when they offered me some, I naturally felt I had to accept. And I picked one up, and the wings came off. And that rather upset me, because my idea of a good time is not pulling wings off flies. And I learned later they just come off then anyway, because pretty soon they're going to stop flying. And the kid said, well, the wings don't taste good anyway. Go ahead, eat it. So I did. But though the taste wasn't too bad, they were rather like weak orangeade.
Okay.
But it was the most... I can drink Masato in quantity, love it. Don't you?
I learned to like it. Masato is this foaming yucca beer that after you've walked miles through the jungle and you arrive at some place,
The first thing they offer you.
they meet you with a foaming gourd of this stuff, and it's chewed by the elderly women.